public speaker or motivational speaker, whatever you want to consider it. Listen, getting on a stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people and being able to hold their attention and being able to give them quality information, but at the same time entertain them is no easy feat. The average person cannot do that. The man is extremely talented. Now, after saying that, I have to give my full point of view. Now, I'm a huge fan of his early career. I feel like he's like a sports celebrity, right? Like I'm a big fan of when he played for the Bulls. Wasn't a big fan when he was playing for the Washington Wizards, right? It's like that type of vibe, right? I'm a big fan of everything that Anthony Oneal did in the early part of his career when he was with, Dave Ramsey and that huge brand, and the information that he was giving out and the way that he was giving out. Now, in the latter part of his career, not a big fan. Still respect him, but not a big fan of some of the partnerships that he's as going into. Not a big fan of some of the guests that he's brought onto his show.
We have the tapes. We have the information.
And your goal is going to be to make on a regular basis, it doesn't have to be every day, but about 1% of your cash amount.
So 2,000 is $20.
Yes.
Okay.
But just think, if you're doing that each day, that's still $100 a week, $400 a month. That's 20% return, which is huge. That's bigger than somebody on here I know is going to be like, Teri, nobody can make 20% a month. My students are doing it. They're making $1,000 in a day. Yeah. Like, we know that they're doing it.
Hey, yeah, Teri, that's me. I'm the guy. I'm the one saying that 20% monthly returns is a ridiculous expectation. How is Trade and Travel teaching people to do 20% monthly returns? The greatest investor in the history of the world can only do 20% annually. But okay, I'm going to let Plain Bagel and CoffeeZilla explain it a little bit better.
Quite a bit. The people who say they can make you 1% a day or these crazy returns tend to do so through a course or through something. They're not actually going through the proper avenues to invest your money on your behalf. Like, if these people really had a method for making these crazy sums of money, what they would do is they would register a business. They would go through the proper avenues. I guarantee the money made through that versus courses would be tenfold.
You don't have more money, son. Please, you don't have more money, son.
I love it.
But I will say, we had $1 million in a day challenge.
Wait. Where people were making $1 million in a day?
No.
Okay. I was about to say, girl, now you're sounding too good to be true.
What? Now it sounds too good to be true? 20% returns a month is okay. Now it sounds too good to be true.
Too good to be true. You just don't know.
I'm just keeping it a buck. Okay.
But no, so if I could teach 1,000 people to make $1,000 in a day, that means my community, our trade and travel group, would be generating $1 million a day.
Wow.
And we've tracked that.
Wow.
So we had people, like, if they hit $1,000 in a day, and there were rules because we didn't want it to be like outlandish.
Yeah.
But if they made $1,000 in a day, they took a screenshot and they sent it to us.
Okay.
Just early, like in the beginning of this year, we hit over 1,000 students making $1,000 in a day. Wow. Now we're closer to 2,000 students making $1,000 in a day.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, now we need to get into this $1 million a day challenge. So she said that she was successfully able to get 1,000 people to make $1,000 in one day. Well, I got to give a shout out to my brother, Azeez. Here's his channel right here. Go check him out. Azeez dug a little deeper into this claim, and we find out exactly what was used as evidence of the $1,000 in a day return.
We have the tapes. We have the information.
So our goal is to have 1,000 students make $1,000 in a day. But in order to have that kind of goal, you got to track it. So what is the criteria for you all to join the movement and become part of our $1,000 a day club? Well, for our trade and travel students, here are the two criteria. You can do it in your SIM account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash.
Here are the two criteria. You can do it in your SIM account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash.
So we want to make sure that in your SIM account or your real account, you're trading with less than $100,000. I teach students how to make 1% of their cash amount a day. Usually we can hit that goal with $30,000 in our account. So I usually tell my trade and travel students, make your SIM account, especially if you don't have it already in your real account, make your SIM account $30,000 and then try to hit that $1,000 a day with just $30,000 in your account.
Well, for our trade and travel students, here are the two criteria. You can do it in your SIM account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash.
Okay, guys, I'm going to say it one more time. This video is not meant to call Teri a scammer or a fake guru. What this video is meant to teach you is that to expect a 20% monthly return is ridiculous, right? I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. And listen, a show host is not responsible for the guests that they bring on, but you are responsible for critiquing and fact-checking the information. There we go. Fact-checking the information that a guest says on your show. That's the part of the accountability that I kind of hold with that. So I just want to make sure that people understand where we're coming with. So Azeez, when it comes to the course, this particular course, give us a little background of what you got out of the information that he was promoting when it comes to the course.
So I did watch the 2-hour webinar.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what he was telling you was some people have knowledge without the influence, right?
Right.
And his value proposition was to basically give you the methods to get the influence so that you can make that, so you can include the influence with your knowledge or authority and have that be your full-time income, basically.
Okay. All right. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to pull up. I guess this is like the intro video. This isn't clearly. This is not the full 2 hours, right? We're not going the full 2 hours. This is not that video, but it's an intro to the concept of what we're talking about. So let me pull it so people can get a better understanding of what we are talking about.
An extra $100,000 a year. Yo, fam, I got a question for you. Ask you straight.
See that right there? See.
God, I just wanted God to forgive me for what I was gonna say. I ain't gonna say it though.
I know. I studied marketing in college. I know what he's doing. It's like I know. It's like you're at a birthday party, and you know close-up magic, and you see the performer who's doing magic tricks, and all the kids are like, "Wow, where did that bunny rabbit come from?" And be like, "It came from that box that was right next to the table. That's where the rabbit came from." And that's how I feel. Because when he comes out of the gate, an extra $100,000 a year.
I'm calling you out. I'm so sick of these people.
An extra. Most people in America don't make $100,000 a year. What do you mean an extra? Like extra is
a couple hundred, a couple hundred here and there. Maybe
extra
1,000.
is the other stuff. This isn't extra. For a majority of the people who is watching his content, he is well aware that $100,000 a year would not be extra. It's the main thing. He's aware that it's the main thing. So when I hear that, I'm like, that's gonna catch people's ears.
That's not how the game is played. You can't do that.
That's great. That's a great bit of marketing right there to get people to open up and say, "Oh God, what is he talking about? Extra?" So it's like, oh, come on, brother. You know very well that $100,000 would not be considered to be extra. But let's keep it going.
It up front. An extra $100,000 a year. Yo, fam, I got a question for you. And I'm gonna ask you straight up front. What if I, yes, me, could teach you how you can make an extra $1,000 a day? Or you know what? Let's be real. $1,000 a month. An extra $1,000 a month. What about an extra $5,000 a month? Let's go for it. An extra $10,000 a month.
An extra $10,000 a month based on how many months there are in a year, leads me to believe, hold on, let me calculate that.
That's six figures right there.
$120,000 a year. Once again, that's over double the average income.
So we're gonna get into it, but I was gonna just add the caveat that, you know, Dave Ramsey was also a very crucial part of his success that he has now, and gave him the ability to branch out.
Clearly, we're gonna get into that. Clearly, but I want to hear his proposition first. I want to hear a little bit more of the proposition, but clearly, you know, that does play a part. But here we go.
I could teach you that. Would you give me 90 minutes of your time? Well, listen, as a matter of fact, I want you to give me at least 15 minutes now, because I'm going to show you right now the key thing to really building a successful personal brand that will help you really succeed in life and really build some extra income so you can pay off your debt, so you can go buy your dream car, so you can go build your dream home for your family. So maybe you can start a legacy model, a legacy journey for your entire family. You know, when you saw the title, notice why you clicked on it. And here's the truth. My team and I have been able to build a successful business based upon 5 keys that we live by and that we practice. I want to show you something right now up front, because I want you to see, for an example, exactly what I'm talking about. I'm teaching you, or I'm saying that I can teach you how to make an extra $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. When here's the truth, no cap here. In y'all's modern day, in our modern day language, my company makes bare minimum from just one particular stream of income, $1,100 a day.
Okay,
that's right. TJ, go over to the computer quick. I have here one of my channels. Within the last 28 days, we made about $32,000 from this particular channel, and it's continuing to go up. But you know what?
Very false. Very false. True. No. Very, very false. It's so false. It's very bad.
I'm going to go to last.
All right, so let's break this down, because me and Azeez, we dibble and dab in this YouTube thing. You know, we're not newbies. We dibble and dab in this whole YouTube thing. So let's take a look at what he's showing on the screen here. So we see that he made, you know, $32,010.46 over the last 28 days from whenever this video was done, right? Let's pull this back a little bit. Understand what we're talking about here. We're talking about 1.2 million views. 1.2 million views.
And that's if you don't get demonetized.
The $32,000. We can't skip over that. It's 1.2 million views. Now listen, you would be lucky to get 1 million views in a year.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
On your channel. 1 million views. For you to get 1 million views from all the videos that you produce on a YouTube channel in 1 year, huge success. Huge success. 1 million, huge success. This is 1.2 million.
Just 1 month.
In 28 days. Not only that, this man got over 17,000 new subscribers in those same 28 days. Do you know that it normally takes about 5 years for the average YouTube channel to get to 10,000? Just to get to 10,000 subscribers, it takes the average channel about 5 years. Now, if you catch lightning in a bottle, you get a video that goes viral. I mean, obviously, there's things that you can do to kind of boost those numbers up that will make you better than the ordinary. What you talking about in 28 days? There's a bunch of channels that don't have 17,000 subs total. He got that many in 1 month. What does that say to me? The man is extremely talented. The man is producing videos that people care about. There's an entertainment value. There's something that's pulling the eyeballs in. The average YouTube channel cannot do this. giving you guys an understanding of what we're talking about here.
As you can see, we have here one of my channels. And within the last 28 days, we made about $32,000 from this particular channel, and it's continuing to go up. But you know what? I'm going to go to last month in August, right?
Oh, and before he goes, listen, there's also a team. Let's not forget about the team that he talked about. Because me and Orlando and also Eli from what happened in Common Sense, we talk about this too. He has a team. It's not just him. He has editors, cameraman. Like you can, like I've seen his videos. He's talking to people, telling people, hey, switch to this camera and do this. He's got a team. So that $32,000, it doesn't all go in his pocket. It's not like smaller channels like mine and Azeez and stuff like that. We don't have team. Well, I know I don't have a team. I'm pretty sure. Azeez, do you have a team? Like, are there people surrounding you right now?
The only person I have is a thumbnail maker.
You got thumbnail. I still make my own thumbnails. Let's show you how cheap I am. I still make my own thumbnails. I don't even outsource any editing. I do all this stuff on my phone. But I probably would be bigger if I do outsource. Maybe I'll do that. But the point I'm trying to make is the whole $32,000, that's not going to him. He has to pay people. This is a business. This man is operating a full-fledged business with either really well-paid employees or independent contractors who are making good money doing what they do. You can't just show this $36,000 number and not also say, well, all of this doesn't go to my pocket. I gotta pay this guy and pay that guy.
That's a good point, because I didn't even point out in my own video about the expenses that come.
Oh, they never talk about that. They always talk about the gross. They don't get to the net. They always talk about the gross. But I just have to point that out because it's like people don't. All of this money's not going to his pockets because he does have a team. Why? Because he's extremely successful at what he does.
Can you tell somebody I wanna meet your mother? Even though sometimes if I told you know you the one, I cannot wait till the east side and the west side.